Hello, John. This is Carl Gullang with Suzanne Jean Flutes. I wanted to let you know I did get your message, and I have an idea of what happened with the flute that was sent to you. So what I'm going to do here right now is just give you a little quick idea as to how you can effectively correct this thing. First thing I want you to do is this. Now, I'm going to use one of my older flutes here as an example of how this works. Now, you'll notice that if we've talked about it, based on your message you sent me through eBay, it sounds like what happened here is that the block that was on top of the flute here actually came loose, and it's sort of off track right now, which I can understand. Here's what you want to remember. First off, the sound of the flute. A lot of people think the sound comes from this end right here, right? No. The sound of the flute actually comes from this hole right here. Now, this is known as the true sound hole. Now, this sound hole here actually has an edge. If you put your finger down there and if you feel, you can actually feel there's an edge there. That edge is basically where the sound originates from. What happens is that when you blow through the flute here, the air travels through, comes into this little short air chamber, which is right in here. There's a little hole here where the air comes out, and right here is this little channel. This channel here is about 1/32 of an inch in depth. This is where the air flows through and then just sort of breezes across this edge here, and this is where the sound comes from. Now, from what it sounds like, based on what you described to me in your message, it sounds like the block came loose and is partially off scale, or actually it's off edge right now. Now, there is a way to correct this. Now, I'm only going to have to use this block here as an example for what you want to do. Now, the block you have actually has a chimney. What I want you to do is concentrate here. Let's say, for instance, you got the chimney like right here, like this. The edge of the chimney is right here. This is where you're going to line up this edge to this bottom portion of the true sound hole. So it's going to line up just like this here. Now, if you line it up like this correctly, what you're going to do then, to make sure that you've got it lined up, is just simply blow into the flute. Now, if you get something like that, that means you don't have a proper edge. So you're going to have to keep practicing on this here. And all I can tell you here right now is just keep trying to reset that edge until you eventually get something like that. That means you've got the edges basically lined up properly. Once you've done that, just go ahead and take your leather strapping, re-strap it around the block, tighten it down real good, tie it at the end. Once you've done that, the flute should actually play perfectly for you. Now, I'm hoping those instructions I just gave you there worked. Whether they did or didn't, I want you to write me back via my address on eBay just to let me know that this worked out for you. I'm hoping it did. So just let me know what happened here, and if I can be of any further assistance, please feel free to write me again. And again, this is Carl Gullang with Suzanne Jean Flutes, and if anything, I'm hoping you have a great evening. You take care now.